What's happening, party people? It's snowy Monday. I'm just waiting for all the platforms to start coming live. Give it a couple minutes. Hold on one second. I just have to add a couple of the platforms that we're looking to go live on, and we're going to do this right now. And we are getting ready to go live here, and we are live. We'll be live in 3, 2, 1. So now we are live all over the place. I want to thank everyone for first tuning in, and the second thing is last night here in Philadelphia, I received a Publicist of the Year award by the Salute the Boxers, Salute the Philly Boxers, Dave Wilkes, his organization. A nice honor to be bestowed. I want to thank everyone who reached out, congratulated me, sent me all kinds of notes, text, emails, the whole 9 yards. So I want to thank everyone for doing that as well. It's nice to be recognized, especially in your home city, in your home state. It's been a long time coming. I've gotten some, national and worldwide recognition. Actually, the first time really I've gotten recognized here in the city of brotherly love in the state of Pennsylvania. But that's, hopefully we'll be getting more of those. So a couple things I want to touch on first is usually they call this Black Mondays when all the NFL coaches got fired. Well, 3 of them got fired earlier in the season, that being the New York Jets, the New Orleans Saints, and the Chicago Bears. So they're coaching vacancies. Those interim coaching jobs are now just considered vacant because they're going to be looking for the full-time coaches. The New York Jets probably going to interview. They've interviewed Mike Vrabel, Ron Rivera. I saw a whole list at Adam Schefter, Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn is an interesting guy, a former New York Jet. Could be the guy in play there. Rex Ryan, who was the coach about 15 years ago, has been doing his work on ESPN recently, and kind of an interesting rumor. And he admitted over the weekend that he will be interviewed tomorrow, that being Tuesday, for the New York Jets. And he's already talking that if he gets the job and Aaron Rodgers is back, he's going to have to be at all the mandatory camps and this, that, the other. Who knows what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers? Rodgers actually played, and he actually threw the ball as well as I've seen him throw all year yesterday. So who knows what he wants to do. And I don't think a guy like him all of a sudden is be dictated to by Rex Ryan at 42 years old, 21, 22 years into his professional career. So we'll see about that. So Aaron Glenn could be the guy there. New Orleans Saints, I just saw right before I came live, I think they asked permission for Eagles offense coordinator Kellen Moore to get an interview. I'm sure he'll be one of many interview for that job. I wrote on a feel for that one yet. New England Patriots, Mike Vrabel. I mean, he's the guy. Has to be the guy, right? Former Patriot, the first Patriot linebacker who they brought in to replace Bill Belichick, Gerard Mayo, out after 1 year. Mike Vrabel, who's a very successful coach, very well-respected coach, his days with the Tennessee Titans, could be the guy in New England. Jacksonville Jaguars fired Doug Peterson today, old Philly guy here, former Super Bowl winning coach Doug Peterson. That was a kind of expected. I think they're going to make a run with Ben Johnson. I believe the Bears will possibly too. The offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. He's going to be the hot name. He was the hot name last year. Depending on what you read, maybe he priced himself out of some jobs. Also, a guy, the Houston Oilers, date myself there. The Houston Texans offense coordinator Bobby Slowick, who received a bunch of interviews last year, I think is going to interview for one of the jobs I saw, maybe the Saints job already. So, it's going to be an interesting with those 5 teams getting new coaches. You have to rank some of these jobs are really good. The Patriots, the Jaguars, and the Bears, you have your quarterback in place with Drake May, Caleb Williams, and Trevor Lawrence. The Jets, like we mentioned, who knows what's going to go on with Aaron Rodgers again, but they don't have a young quarterback. The Saints, Derek Carr, I think, depending on, I don't know what his contract situation is, they're going to move on from him. I don't know if Spencer Rattler is the guy or Jake Hainer or one of those kind of guys. I think they're probably going to look for a quarterback, whether it's a Kirk Cousins kind of bridge guy or one of those other quarterbacks out there who hey, maybe Aaron Rodgers winds up in New Orleans. You never know. So we shall see what happens there. So we have one pick today. Actually, let me see here. Let me just here one pick here, and we have the New York Knicks as our pick tonight, laying 11.5 points against the Orlando Magic at Madison Square Garden. That's our one pick. Very light night in the college ranks, very light night in the NBA. So we shall see what spans out with the coaching. Again, the boxing podcast, and you can see where you can follow me, see all of our stuff. Abrams Boxing, Abrams Sports on YouTube. Boxing podcast be back on Wednesday. Got something big, hopefully, for next weekend with the NFL playoffs over the weekend. With all the picks, I know we were 1-8 during the weekend. It happens. Like I said yesterday, it's probably just as hard to go 1-8 as to go 8-1. So because obviously you're trying to pick the winners. So if you knew you were going to pick 8 losers, that means you'd go the other way and collect the money. So we're going to get on a hot streak. I think it starts tonight. Maybe the Knicks, who lost a tough game over the weekend in Chicago, or one winner was the Chicago Bulls over the New York Knicks this weekend. They may be out for some blood tonight. The New York Knicks taking on an undermanned Orlando Magic team at Madison Square Garden. So we will talk to you tomorrow with especially with any of the sports news. See what we hear from the coaching stuff. We're working on some guests, working on something big over the weekend that we're going to be hopefully doing in conjunction with the NFL playoffs. So everyone have a great night. We'll talk.